The wind howled through the village of Obodo, carrying whispers of fear and despair. The night was thick with silence, broken only by the distant cries of a mourning mother. Somewhere in the dark, another family had lost a son to the wrath of King Ezego, the ruler who believed himself untouchable. Ezego was not just a king, was a force of terror. His name alone sent chills down the spines of his people. He took what he wanted, punished without mercy, and believed he was beyond the reach of men and gods alike. "No man can challenge me," he often boasted. "No spirit can strike me down. I am Ezego, the immortal king." And for years, the people believed him. The streets of Obodo were filled with empty eyes and broken spirits. Families lived in constant fear of offending the king, knowing that the slightest mistake could bring ruin upon them. Fathers worked from sunrise to sunset, only to have their earnings seized by Ezego's greedy tax collectors. Mothers wept at night, praying that their sons would not be taken to serve in the king's army or die in his cruel punishments. Yet, beyond his golden throne and ruthless warriors, a storm was brewing. A group of young men tired of watching their people suffer gathered beneath the ancient Udala tree, where their ancestors had once met in times of great peril. There, in the cold embrace of the night, they whispered the unthinkable. "We must end his reign." The 5 young men Obi, Chidi, Ifeanyi, Ugo, and Samtohad seen their families destroyed by Ezego's cruelty. Obi's father had been executed in the marketplace for failing to meet the king's heavy taxes. His mother had fallen into deep sorrow and no longer spoke. Chidi's mother had been dragged from their home and taken to the palace, never to be seen again. His father, heartbroken, had taken his own life. Ifeanyi's sister had been falsely accused of stealing from the royal storehouse and was stoned to death in front of the entire village. Ugo's land had been seized, leaving his family to starve. His younger siblings had wasted away from hunger, their ribs pressing against their thin skin. Samto's younger brother had been taken as a slave to work in the king's mines, where many never returned. They had nothing left to lose. The moon was full, its pale light filtering through the leaves of the Udala tree as the young men sat in a tight circle. Their voices were low, their words heavy with the weight of their decision. "We cannot wait any longer," Obi whispered. "If we do nothing, more of us will die." "We need power," Chidi said. "Something greater than swords and spears, something that can destroy him." But calling upon such power came with a price. "The spirits do not give without taking." Ifeanyi hesitated. "Are we prepared for what they may demand?" Ugo, his face gaunt from weeks without food, nodded. "Whatever the cost, it is